Hey everyone! Watch how I make some ingenious handy tools for the garden. Check it out! First up, I'm making something to help with erecting garden poles. For this tool, I'm recycling a bike's chain wheel. To build it, I start by cutting the chain wheel's edges, then I bend them to form a slanted wheel. Next, I grind a steel rod to sharpen its tip. Once that's done, I weld it to the modified bike chain wheel. Now, I attach the modified chain wheel and use it as a digging drill to make holes for garden poles. Look how easily I dug that hole. Next, I insert the garden pole into the hole and apply some post-setting foam. The foam will then expand and harden. Once it's set, I trim the expanded foam and plant the garden pole. Awesome tool, right? Next, I'll make a tool for cutting the edges of grassy soils. After cutting a kerf on a wooden sole, I outline a pattern on a metal strip. Then, I cut the metal strip according to the outline and grind its edges to sharpen it. This will be a blade that will be inserted into the wooden sole. I mix some adhesive and apply it on the kerf on the wooden sole. Next, I insert the blade into the kerf. I cut a piece of a square metal tube and modify its shape by cutting its edges. After that, I hammer the tips of the metal piece to flatten it and drill a hole in the tip. I weld the metal piece to a thinner metal square tube and weld a small metal rod on the other end of the thin square metal tube. After painting the metal rod tool, I attach it to the bladed wooden sole I made earlier. Now, I'll demonstrate how to use this bizarre garden tool. By simply stepping on the grass soil with the tool, the blade easily cuts the edge of a grassy lawn. This next tool will help in planting wooden poles for vines or climbing plants. I start by slicing a nut in half and welding each half on a steel rod. I weld a piece of metal on one end of the rod near one of the welded nuts. I cut out a kerf on the steel rod and heat it with a blowtorch. Once it's pliable, I bend and weld it to keep its bent shape. Here's how to use this unique gardening tool. Now, you can easily install a pole for your vines or any climbing plants. Next, I'll build a spud planting tool. First, I cut out a beak-shaped piece from a square metal tube. Yep, it looks like a bird's beak, all right. Then, I cut a small piece from the same square metal tube. After outlining and marking it, I cut it. I drill holes in the two small metal brackets I made and bind both of them using nuts and bolts to form makeshift hinges. I install the hinges on the metal beaks and weld 2 iron tubes on it. Now, I'll show you how to use this spud planting tool. See how easily I plant those potato spuds? If you like these gardening tools, let me know. Comment and follow here at Crafty Panda.